Wake up! This world is not merciful. It was not designed for your comfort. It is not safe. It is not fair. To believe otherwise is to build your house upon a foundation of sand, whispering comforting lies to yourself as the tide inevitably rolls in. Look at the field where wolves and sheep dwell. Who survives? Always the wolves. This is the oldest truth, written not in books, but in the very dirt and blood of the earth. The lamb grazes quietly, soft, harmless, believing the sun is warm and the grass is sweet. It does not understand the concept of the pack until it is too late. Then the swift shadows descend, claws sink deep, teeth tear flesh, and the green grass is stained a shocking, vivid red. This is not an act of cruelty for its own sake. It is simply nature's ultimate equation. The wolf does not hate the lamb, it merely recognizes it as the answer to its own hunger. Wolves do not spare, they survive by consuming. The bleached bones scattered on the ground are the only monuments the weak will ever have. They testify to a single brutal fact: the innocent are always devoured. And has human history ever truly deviated from this law? Look back through the gilded pages they call civilization. Rome smiled with its marble temples and golden streets, its poets and philosophers. But breathe in the air beneath that glory, and you smell iron and ash. The Appian Way was lined not with statues, but with crosses bearing the broken bodies of slaves and rebels. A public spectacle to prove that Roman order was built upon the absolute crushing of the weak. Babylon feasted and grew drunk on its own magnificence, but every morsel of its feast was bread stolen from the mouths of the nations it enslaved. The Mongols did not negotiate. They rode like a storm from the steppes, leaving only ashes and pyramids of skulls where cities once stood. Every empire, every throne, every great fortune is a mountain built upon a bedrock of bones. They were never constructed by kindness, but by relentless, systematic devouring. Do you dare to think today is different? That we have evolved beyond this primal law? Look at the intricate, polished machinery of our modern world. A farmer breaks his back in the fields from dawn to dusk, his hands cracked and his spirit worn, yet it is the middleman in a distant city who grows rich. Families drown in a sea of debt, their dreams suffocated by compound interest, while the great banks grow fat with profit, their glass towers monuments to a new kind of predation. The poor toil in factories and fields, their lives shortened by strain and worry, while the wolves in high offices and corner suites eat, laugh and make rules that ensure the feast continues. And when the inevitable crisis strikes, famine, war, plague, who dies first, who is sacrificed? Always the powerless. And do not make the mistake of believing the wolf is only a beast in a suit or a uniform. The same primordial hunger lies coiled within the human heart, waiting for its moment. From the very beginning, when Cain's strong hand rose against his weaker brother Abel, the pattern was set. It is in the envy of a neighbor, the ruthless ambition of a colleague, the cold betrayal of a trusted friend. Greed, envy, lust for power, these are the instincts of wolves cleverly clothed in human flesh, masquerading as ambition or necessity. You might cling to the desperate hope that wisdom or wealth will be your shield, but ask the rich man on his deathbed if his vaults of gold can buy him a single minute more of life or a moment of genuine peace. Ask the pharaohs entombed with their treasures if their jewels held back the relentless decay of the grave. The philosopher, after a lifetime of searching for higher meaning, could only sigh, Vanity of vanities, all is vanity. This is the final humiliating truth for those who believe they have escaped the field. Even at the top, the wolves still circle. They are just of a different kind: time, decay, and oblivion. Even the strong are ultimately devoured. This is the inexorable law of the world. The wolves always win, and the sheep always perish. And you, yes, you reading this, are a sheep. You are weak, fragile, and ultimately powerless against the greater forces of the world. You may spend your entire life weaving a disguise of pride, stitching together a suit of money, education, or high position. You may even convince yourself you are a wolf. But when the true pack comes, be it through misfortune, violence, or the slow creep of time, all disguises are stripped away in an instant. The finery burns, the titles are forgotten, and you are left naked on the field. The grass is stained red, the teeth are sharp. Sheep are sheep and wolves devour. This is the way of things. This is the only law that has ever truly lasted. This world is not merciful. It was not designed for your comfort. It is not safe. It is not fair. To believe otherwise is to build your house upon a foundation of sand, whispering comforting lies to yourself as the tide inevitably rolls in. You may spend your entire life weaving a disguise of pride, stitching together a suit of money, education, or high position. When the true pack comes, all disguises are stripped away in an instant. The finery burns, the titles are forgotten, and you are left naked on the field. The grass is stained red, the teeth are sharp, sheep are sheep and wolves devour. This is the way of things. This is the only law that has ever truly lasted.